Hey coaches, welcome back. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How are you guys doing today? Today I've got my new I Formation Selected Youth Football Plays by Coach Parker book in my Selected Youth Football Plays series. This is the second book. The first one was the Wishbone, and this is the I Formation, and I think I'm moving into the Power I on the next one, and then maybe into wing T or single wing and double wing after that. So stay tuned for those. But today we're talking about the I formation, and just wanted to go through kind of an introductory video of what's inside this book so you can get an idea. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. Comment and like, and hit that notify button. All of those things help me out a great deal on YouTube in the search results, and it costs nothing, but you can certainly help me out and do that. Hey, just comment real quick down there what formation you run in your offense right now. That'd be great. And maybe what playbook and plays you'd like to see next. Thanks a lot. Let's get back to the I Formation Selected Youth Football Plays book. It comes in Adobe Digital PDF format. You can download it from CoachParker.org. The link is in the descriptions below. It is printable. I don't mind you sharing it with your current coaching staff, up to about 5 guys. No problem with that. Print it. Share it via email, but it is copyrighted material. So there's that. I think that's better than some of the Kindle books because I don't think you can print those off. But this one's in Adobe. I drew it up. A lot of folks ask what I draw these in. It is in PowerPoint. And if you go over to some of my Facebook posts and forums, there is some templates out there that I use in PowerPoint. Maybe you could grab those and update your stuff there if you like. So here we go. So let's see. Cover page is here. Here's a thing tells you how you can get in touch with me. And you know, when you buy one of my books, I'm eager to talk to you guys via email or text or Facebook Messenger about what you got, or forums about what's going on. So I'm always available. And of course, we can do phone calls or Zoom calls. Those are at a cost, but kind of clinics. But whatever you want to do there. But if it's just texting back and forth, quick, simple questions, nothing too extravagant, in emails, I'm more than happy to answer those. Kind of go through the purpose of the book here, kind of why I ran the I as a select youth football player 45, 50 years ago. Ran it in high school a little bit with the Power I and Wishbone. And then my co-coach the last 10 years is a hardcore I guy. So I've gotten a pretty good dose of the I formation over the years. Go into kind of my offensive strategy. I'm a multiple offensive guy. I always have 3 or 4 formations each year. Short yardage formation, kind of my main formation, maybe a passing formation, and then maybe a trick, play, reverse, misdirection formation kind of thing. I am big on running the football in youth football. Passing is, tough, especially under age about 11. Seniors at 12U, passing get a little bit better. But let's see, blocking. There's a quick blocking thing here. Just a couple of pages on that. This is really combined with my Jaws blocking book that's $7 over on Coach Parker 2. If you combine these two together, you pretty much have a full-blown playbook. These are just plays. I haven't drawn assignments. You'll see that in a minute. But here's some blocking. And I've drawn up all the plays against a 5-3, so you can kind of discern what's going on there. But so here's the plays. I think the I is a great formation to teach youth football players. I start out with an offset I or an I to kind of teach everybody whole numbers, lanes, players. It's just simple because the majority of offenses are going to run some type of I formation variant. And so it's good to kind of teach and start out with that. Here it is again with whole numbers. There's some running back blocking calls. I kind of threw that there. This is a new section over the wishbone stuff. I did put the base 8 plays plus 1 here. So the base 8, if you might have heard some folks call sated 6 or your top 10 or whatever, base 8 are kind of my base 8 plays that every offense should, in this I formation, these are the ones that I would go for. The plus 1 is kind of a tricky play or a trick play that I've thrown in here, and you can see the last down there is a double reverse. Let's see. So there's a quarterback sneak, of course, and I'll just kind of go through here. Here is a bootleg play, and you can see they're drawn out. There's a blocking call in there. My verbiage from the Wildcat and Beast, Power Wing Beast offense playbook, of the Wildcat multi-spread offense playbook. All that verbiage moves into these playbooks too. So if you want to add these as packages to my other stuff, so all the playbooks that I'm going to come out with, there's about 20 formations I'm looking at, along with the Power Wing Beast offense and Wildcat stuff. All that verbiage is the same, so you'll be able to move in and out of, if you're already running my system, you'll be able to put these in as packages, a couple of plays, and be in the verbiage should go along, if you've used my verbiage, should go along with I would say 80% of everything you're seeing that I've done in the past. Let's see here. What's the next thing? I've got a 44 blast. Like this play. And of course, I've got these plays against a 5-3. There's some templates that I have, blank templates that I've given in the back against a 5-3, a 6-2 wide tackle, and 6-2 tight tackle. Now, some of the plays I've drawn up are against a 5 play, and there's a guy sitting in the gap. You guys all know to run the next play over. At least I hope you do. This play would be great against a 6-2. It's not so good against a 5-3 here because there's that guy sitting in the gap, and I didn't double team it here. But, all of my plays and my philosophy is each play I can have a separate blocking call for. So I could block this, right here I've got a BB at the 4, but I could block this Jaws, I could block it Roger, I could block it Larry, I could set up a double team or a trap. And so I have multiple ways that I can block each of the plays. And so, there's about 8 blocking calls that we use that we teach the linemen. They don't really need to know the play per se. They need to know where the play's going, like it's a 4 back and a 4 hole. But that's kind of way we have that set up there. And most of you guys that have had my books know that from there. Let's see what this is. Okay, so I've gone into a wing T, which is a variation of this I here. So I can run this fullback stretch play. It helps him if I back him up. Now, you could have just backed up the I into a deeper set with the fullback at 5 and the tailback, but I kind of like this where I move in and out of that. And it's really up to you. There's the formations that we'll get to here in the back. I think there's 20 or 24 of those different various I kind of variations. Let's see what I got here. I wing left. Now, I like the I wing left because I'm a single wing, double wing kind of guy. I don't really split those out, but you can. And if you split the wing back out into a I wide left, which is one of the formations, it's really easy to hide if you're in a rec league and you've got a minimum play player. It's really easy to hide a minimum play player as a wide receiver as this wingback 3 here, or maybe one of the opposite split ends. But I like to do it on this wingback 3 so I can kind of control him and where he goes. But that's up to you guys. That's one way to do it. But here I'm in the I wing, and I do a lot of kind of double wing, single wing kind of stuff with it here. Let's go on and see what we got here. Oh, this is one of my big plays. This is eye wide right. We got a spin going on here. Crack bow. Toss to the 2-back. This play in particular drove us crazy about, gosh, I guess it's 10 years ago in a Super Bowl, and it took us a couple of plays to figure out how to deal with that crackback. So we've put that in our playbook really quick because it was a great play by Coach Clark and the KYA Longhorns there. So that's a Roger block. Everybody's track blocking to the right. It's almost a zone. It's a simple zone, but I use zebra zone, but this is even simpler, and it kind of works out the same way. Let's hit down here. Okay, so I've moved in a power eye here, definitely an I formation variant. And I've got a counter blast here with a fold block, which is a little complicated, but it's nice, and you can see how that hits there. Let's see what else I got here. This is a good trick play. This is a play that's been run against us quite a bit, and it's tough, especially if you hide, if you're moving in and out and hiding a running back at a tight end and somebody misses it. This is a great way, this tight end counter here, to catch somebody off guard. Great at the youth football level because no one's reading the fullback per se, and that's a Z block. You can see he goes down, makes a fake, and goes out. I call that a Z or an L. But they like, kids get mesmerized by motion. So that's really the fake there, is these motions. I don't really see linebackers except for the higher end teams, the 20% of the teams that are reading the fullback. Most everybody's going to read a tailback and the motion guy. Some will read the opening of the quarterback steps for the line, but it's really tailback. And then if you're trying to do a lot of counters, use this motion thing because it really confuses the kids. Let's see what here. Oh, I've got a pitch option. This is also in the Wishbone book. Look, if you're going to use pitch option, I recommend this for 12 and older, 11 select teams and older. Use it at your own risk and peril. Takes a lot of reps to get that under control, and you'll wind up fumbling a lot. I've seen some really good teams lose some big games and to lose to us because they've made a couple of pitches and we've blown them up and ran them in. So here's one of the basic passes, this pop pass here. I've drawn it up to play side, but it's even better to backside, and you kind of have both of them here in this. This is a good, especially as an audible, and we call it Popeye or KFC for Popeye's chicken and KFC chicken, is to have this in as an audible when you go kill KFC. I don't know how many times 2 years ago at a senior league we had this in, and we must have scored 5 winning touchdowns by putting this audible in just for the pop pass, because we had a great tall tight end and he was fast, and if they sucked in, he was off to the races, and it's a really simple pass. So think about that as an audible. I think that's one thing, especially when you get to 10 and up, maybe a select at 9 and up, is to make sure you've got some audibles, maybe 3 or 4 that they're go-to plays that you can call from the sideline. I just go kill, and I'll call the audible. But audibles are key. I really believe in that. At seniors, I'm calling everything from the sideline, and learned that from a coach several years ago that knew me and knew that I watched and moved my defenses based on offense, and so he was kind of playing that game with me on offense with his audibles, and he got me a couple times. This is a great play. We use this play a lot on this drag on extra points. Works out pretty good. This play, love this play. It's a halfback pass. He fakes this crack motion, and then runs out on a route. It's great. It's gonna, especially if you've gotten them on this sweep play several times, or at least 5 or 6 yards of play. It doesn't have to be big, but then this pass will get them. These hook patterns we've done really well with. You can roll your quarterback out if you want versus just dropping him back. It's up to you here. This slant wheel pattern, I'm not going to go through all of these. Looks like I am. And they're all over there. You can see them if you want to really try to write them all down. It's easier just to pay the $4.99 and get it in a PDF document. But the slant wheel is really good. And then have the comeback. Have him kind of stop here after they start reading this. And this is definitely for older teams. Because on the pass plays, you really don't want to be passing more than about 50% of the time. Especially if you're under 11. I would stick probably 10% or so, because if you're not completing 60% of your passes at the youth level, then you're kind of wasting a play. I mean, we pass at younger levels kind of to keep everybody honest and set some other things up. So let's go to another play here. Oh, this leak out pattern here has done real well for us. They block and then they leak out, and you roll your quarterback and hit that and get a seam or a fly going up here to draw the corner out. So that's been really good for us. These screens, here's a route tree. Let's see how I do my snap cadence calls. Oh, here's some formations. There you go. Flanker right, offset I wing right, big right, trig. I use trig Rotz's inverted wishbone thing. And then you've got some beast plays, beast left tank. Let's see, I threw some of these in so you could see this. Here's a Notre Dame box, which I call cake, which I used to call fat, with a couple of coaches call fat. And use Kansas City actually just ran a similar, I think they ran this play. It was a little tighter than this in the playoff game. You can see him shift over to it, and then he makes a cut right here, but it was a little tighter. Let's see, and there's a drill, there's a pop pass drill, and then there's a bunch of resources, so books that I use and read. I've got about 2 or 3 times as many on the shelves, but these are resources here. And then, of course, all my other books over at Coach Parker that are for sale. And, you know, I got stuff for sale, but and if you really look hard enough, you can grab off my website and videos a ton of this information. It's there. These series of books are packaged so you can get everything nice and pretty into one place and organized. And so I started putting these together based on requests by coaches. So it's not something that I just started on my own. Coaches have been asking me for these different formations organized into my format, and so that's why I've started this process. But here's all the other books. You can go into that, and I hope you like the I formation selected youth plays by Coach Parker. These are plays close and dear to my heart because I've seen these and ran these as a player, and we've run these as a team. Majority of these, because the coach I've been coaching with the last 10 years is a diehard I formation fanboy. So yeah. So remember to subscribe below and hit the notify button. Make a comment. Tell me what formation you'd like to see next within the Selected Youth Football Plays series. Head over to CoachParker.org for more free content. And hit me up anytime with a contact form there, or just leave a comment below. Love to hear from you. Love to talk football. Chat with you later. Again, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. Stay safe, and remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. Ciao. See you guys next time.